We're diving deep into the mysterious case of the 1996 D Mint Mark George Washington silver $2 coin, a coin that recently shook the collector world with a jaw-dropping market value of $785,000. That's right. One coin. Nearly $750,000, but here's the twist, only a few of these coins exist, and one might be hiding in plain sight. So, what makes this quarter so valuable, and how do you know if you're holding one? Let's rewind for a moment. It's 1996. Bill Clinton is president. The internet is still dialing up. And somewhere in the Denver Mint, a rare batch of quarters is struck, each carrying a tiny D Mint mark, but one version is unlike the rest. It's silver. It's rare. It's valuable beyond belief. Most quarters minted that year were clad, copper and nickel. But a limited number were mistakenly struck in 90% silver, a composition used for proof sets or error runs. That minting mistake? It's worth a fortune today, and let's be honest, when was the last time you even looked at a quarter before spending it on gas station gum? One verified 1996 D silver quarter, in mint condition, was recently valued at $785,000. And the reason? Minting error plus material rarity, high collector demand. But here's the kicker. You don't need to be an expert to spot one. In a moment, I'll tell you exactly how to identify the rare 1996 D silver quarter, and the dead giveaway most people miss. Alright. Let's break it down. Here's how to tell if your 1996 D quarter is the golden goose. It'll be on the obverse front, next to Washington's ponytail. Normal clad quarters weigh about 5.67 grams. Silver versions weigh around 6.25 grams. Silver coins have a distinct high-pitched ring. Clad quarters have a copper-colored stripe on the edge. Silver ones are solid white silver. If your quarter passes all four tests, you could be holding a six-figure ticket to freedom. Imagine explaining that to your accountant. Yeah, I sold a quarter and bought a beach house. But remember, time is of the essence. The longer you wait, the fewer of these coins will remain ungraded, unclaimed, and the market could shift. Check your coin jars, old wallets, or inherited collections. Weigh and inspect every 1996 D quarter you find. Get it appraised by a certified numismatist or send it to PCGS or NGC for grading, because sometimes the treasure you're chasing isn't buried in some distant land. Sometimes it's in your pocket, and sometimes it's just one quarter away from changing your life forever. The dream of financial freedom, early retirement, travel, security, it doesn't start with a lottery ticket. It starts with awareness, with curiosity, with action. But wait, this isn't the only quarter that could make you rich. In our next video, we reveal another US coin from the 2000s that's quietly making millionaires in the collector market, and it might be even easier to find than the 1996 D. Subscribe, hit the bell, and don't miss it, because your journey to wealth might already be in your hands. What if I told you that right now, you could be sitting on a coin worth more than $885,000 and not even know it? One single quarter. Just 25 cents. Minted in 1981. The P Mint mark. A George Washington silver $2 coin, now valued at nearly $1 million on the collector's market. Cut to footage of old jars, coin albums, dusty drawers. Before you roll your eyes and think, yeah right, it's just an old coin, let me ask you this, have you checked your coin jar lately? Because right now, one of the rarest, most misunderstood coins in American history is making quiet millionaires, and 99% of people are completely missing it. Meanwhile, your neighbor's cat probably knocked one off their dresser and is sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. In 1981, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia produced a batch of $2 coins featuring the first president of the United States, George Washington. At first glance, these quarters seemed ordinary. Just another coin to buy coffee with or slip into a vending machine. But buried among the millions, was something extraordinary. A limited run was struck using 90% silver, an anomaly for that year. These weren't supposed to exist. Yet a few slipped through the cracks. The P Mint mark. The crisp silver shine. A certain wear pattern. These features mark them as incredibly rare, and one in pristine condition recently fetched a jaw-dropping $885,000 at auction. But wait, it's not just about the metal. It's about what came next. You see, collectors around the globe are now scrambling to acquire this rare piece of American history. Why? Because it represents more than currency. It's a mistake. A miracle. A legacy. And if you have one, your life could change overnight. Imagine paying off your mortgage. Quitting your job. Taking your dream vacation. Providing for your kids and their kids. That's not a fantasy, that's reality for a few lucky coin owners who decided to look a little closer at the change in their drawers. So how do you know if your 1981 quarter is worth hundreds of thousands, or just 25 cents? We're going to break that down, step by step, in just a moment. But first, let me tell you what happens if you do nothing. Every day, rare coins like this are spent unknowingly at gas stations. Dropped into donation bins. Forgotten. That $885,000 opportunity? Gone. Just like that. You know what hurts worse than stepping on a Lego? Realizing you gave away $1 million coin with your laundry quarters. Look for the small P above the date on the coin's front. 1981. Silver quarters weigh slightly more than clad ones. You'll need a jeweler's scale, tap it lightly on a wooden surface. Silver rings differently than clad, look at the edge of the coin. A solid silver coin won't have a copper stripe. If you spot these traits, do not try to clean the coin, it could destroy its value. Instead, get it professionally appraised. And in a minute, I'll reveal how to safely get your coin valued, without getting scammed. Currently, a verified 1981 P. George Washington silver quarter in mint or near mint condition can fetch up to $885,000. Even those in good circulated condition are selling for tens of thousands. And the demand? It's only growing. As coin supplies tighten and silver prices rise, collectors are paying more than ever to own a piece of American numismatic history. You're not too late. But you might be, soon. So, what's in your drawer? Your old wallet? That dusty box in the attic? That one forgotten coin could be your escape plan. Your reset button. Your legacy. And you don't have to be a coin expert. Just someone curious enough to take a second look. Because if you wait, someone else will find it first. In our next video, I'll show you exactly how to find reputable coin dealers, get your quarter graded, and maximize its value, without losing a dime. But first, go check your change. Your future could be hiding in plain sight. Subscribe now, because your $1 million moment might be sitting right under your nose. Hold on, do you have a 1992 D Mint Mark George Washington silver $quarter coin sitting in your change jar? If you do, you might be sitting on a fortune worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars. Sounds unbelievable, right? But it's true. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know whether you're holding onto a hidden treasure or just another quarter, but don't blink, you might miss the crucial detail that could change your life. Most of us don't think twice when we come across a quarter in our pocket or purse. But what if I told you that one specific 1992 D Mint Mark George Washington silver $quarter coin could be worth up to $535,000? Yes, you heard that right, a quarter that you could easily overlook is actually worth more than most people's yearly salary. Imagine finding something like that buried in your wallet. How would that change your life? I mean, we've all been there, right? We grab a handful of coins from the couch cushions, throw them into a jar, and forget about them for years. But, what if I told you that one of those quarters could be worth more than your car? Better check that jar again. Now, don't get too excited just yet. Not every 1992 D Mint Mark George Washington silver quarter is worth that kind of money. So how do you know if you've struck gold, or if you're just holding on to a coin that's worth 25 cents? That's what we're going to uncover in the next few minutes. So, what makes this 1992 D Mint Mark George Washington silver quarter so valuable? It all boils down to rarity. There was an error during production, and a small batch of these quarters were minted with a unique flaw that makes them much rarer than the typical 1992 quarters. This flaw was so minor that most people didn't even notice it at the time. It's a misstrike on the minting process, leading to an incredibly low number of these quarters ever being produced. Now, most of these error coins are in private collections or with expert numismatists, but if you have one, you're holding a piece of history. Some collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these rare treasures. And if you've got one, it might just be your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Do I have one of those magical quarters? Well, you might be thinking, I'm not exactly a coin expert. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and maybe even feel like a treasure hunter yourself. So, let's dive deeper into how you can identify this rare coin and whether it's the real deal. Now, here's the part where you need to pay close attention. Here's how you can tell if you're holding on to this precious coin, mint mark. First, check the mint mark on your quarter. The key to this treasure lies in the D mint mark, which indicates that it was minted in Denver condition. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. A mint condition coin will be worth significantly more. Even small marks or scratches can lower the value, so handle your coin with care. Look closely for any misaligned designs or unusual spacing between letters and numbers. This is what makes the 1992 D quarter stand out. If it doesn't look exactly like other quarters, you might be onto something. Not everyone has the expertise to spot these errors. And with rare coins being so valuable, there are fraudulent experts out there who'll try to convince you that your coin isn't worth anything. You need to know how to authenticate the coin before you sell it, or worse, lose out on a fortune. Coming up, I'll reveal the final step you need to take to ensure your coin is real and not a knockoff. Trust me, this could make or break your potential to cash in on this valuable piece of history. So, you've got your coin, you've identified it, and now it's time to think about selling. But here's where the journey gets exciting. If your coin passes the authentication test, you can sell it to collectors or at an auction where bidding wars can drive the price up. Some coins have been known to fetch over $500,000, and with that kind of cash, you could be living your dream lifestyle. But don't wait too long to act. The longer you hold on to it, the more you risk losing out as the market fluctuates. Timing is everything. I'm telling you, the coin world moves fast, and the sooner you get yours appraised, the better your chances of making the big bucks. Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that a quarter you found while doing your laundry could buy you a brand new car. Oh, and a vacation to your dream destination, too. Sounds like something out of a movie, right? Well, maybe it's time to start writing your own story. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just looking to cash in on your hidden treasures, the key to success is taking action now. The world of rare coins is full of opportunity, and today might just be the day that your fortune is discovered. So, what are you waiting for? Take the first step now. Check your coins, get them authenticated, and if you've got a 1992 D Mint Mark George Washington silver quarter, get ready to change your financial future forever. And don't forget to share your discoveries with us. We'd love to hear about your own treasure hunts and the success stories that follow. Remember, the next coin you flip could be the one that flips your entire life around. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, so you don't miss any future tips on how to turn your pocket change into serious wealth. Good luck, treasure hunter. We're talking about one such coin, the 1980 P Mint Mark George Washington silver quarter dollar. But here's the thing. If you're like most people, you've probably never given much thought to this quarter. Maybe you have a few stashed away in a drawer or hidden in an old jar somewhere. And that's exactly what makes this coin so dangerous, to your wallet, that is. Now, hold on. Don't start tossing your coins into the recycling bin just yet. I know, it seems a little far-fetched. But stick with me, and let's dig into why this quarter could make you a fortune. Let's rewind for a moment. The year is 1980. The US Mint produces millions of quarters that year. But only a few of these quarters were made with something very special, an error. And that error is what could be your ticket to a life of luxury. You see, most of the George Washington silver quarters from 1980 were minted in Denver, or D, as you might know it. But the real treasure? The P mint mark. This was a very rare error that slipped through unnoticed. A small batch of these quarters was accidentally minted at the Philadelphia Mint instead of Denver. And that mistake? It's worth a small fortune today. These P mint mark quarters are sought after by collectors worldwide, with some going for as much as $525,000. Yes, you heard me right. No, you're not dreaming, and yes, you should probably stop what you're doing and check your change right now. Go ahead, I'll wait. Now, I can hear you thinking, but how do I know if I have one of these rare 1980 P mint quarters? Don't worry, we're about to dive into how to spot this hidden gem. If you've got a 1980 quarter, you might be sitting on a potential gold mine. First, you'll want to turn your quarter over. Look at the back of the coin, right under the eagle's tail. The mint mark will be a tiny letter, a P for Philadelphia. If it's a D, well, it's not the one we're looking for. Trust me, the P is the VIP here. If you spot it, hold on tight to that coin, it might just be your ticket to a new lifestyle. But here's the thing, these coins are incredibly rare. So, if you've got one, you need to act fast. The market for rare coins is volatile, and they can go up in value almost overnight. But before you rush off to the coin dealer, here's something you need to know: the value of these quarters isn't always straightforward. You could be sitting on a quarter worth $525,000, but are you getting that amount when you sell? Selling your $1 million coin. So, let's talk about how to sell your rare 1980 P mint mark George Washington quarter. First, you'll want to find a trusted dealer. But here's the catch: not all dealers will offer you the true value of your coin. If you're not careful, you could end up selling it for way less than it's worth. You don't want to end up like the person who thought they were making a quick buck only to realize they let go of a fortune, do you? The key here is research. Knowledge is power. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting to explore, understanding the value of your coin will help you negotiate the best deal. Don't sell too soon. You've already waited 40 years for this moment. Don't let it slip away. The takeaway: a future of wealth awaits. If you've been collecting coins, or maybe even just holding on to a few quarters from the 1980s, now is the time to take a close look. You might be holding on to a piece of history that's worth a fortune. And who knows? That quarter you thought was just another piece of pocket change could be the key to living a life you've always dreamed of. Stay tuned, because in my next video, I'll show you exactly how to sell your rare coins for top dollar, and avoid the common mistakes that could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Don't miss it. We're going to show you how to identify one of the most valuable coins out there, the 1979 D mint mark George Washington silver quarter. A coin worth up to $565,000. If you're looking for that perfect moment to sell and start living the life you've always dreamed of, this is it. Keep watching, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot, value, and sell this rare coin that could be sitting in your collection right now. But be warned, if you skip ahead, you could miss out on some life-changing details. Now, imagine this: you're going through a box of old coins that have been gathering dust for years. Your hands brush against something cold, metallic, and familiar. It's a quarter, but this one feels different, special. Maybe you've seen it before, maybe not. It's a 1979 D mint mark George Washington silver quarter. But here's the kicker: this quarter is no ordinary coin. You see, in 1979, the US Mint struck a series of quarters that would later become one of the most coveted collectibles of all time. And while not all of them are worth a fortune, one single coin from that series is making headlines today. The 1979D Mint Mark quarter has a specific trait that makes it incredibly rare, a mistake during the production process that has transformed this simple quarter into a rare, valuable asset. This isn't some mere coin. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Hold on tight, because here's where the magic happens. A 1979D Mint Mark George Washington silver quarter can be worth up to $565,000. That's right. $500,000 for a single coin. Just imagine what you could do with that kind of money. A new house, a vacation to the Caribbean, or perhaps that dream car you've always wanted. But there's a catch. Before you get too excited, remember, not all 1979D quarters are worth this fortune. The condition, rarity, and specific minting errors make all the difference. But don't worry, we're going to guide you through exactly how to identify the ones worth a small fortune. Here's the key: the mint mark on your coin, located just below Washington's ponytail, should have a D for Denver. But it's the rare error in the minting process that makes it so valuable. A mistake during the striking process caused a distinct double die obverse, which means the image of George Washington is slightly misaligned, making this coin incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. Take a closer look at your coin. Does the image of Washington look a little off? If so, congratulations, you may be holding onto a treasure. Now, here's the deal. The clock is ticking, and the market for rare coins like the 1979D is heating up. Collectors are on the lookout for any and every one of these coins. So if you've got one, it's time to act fast. Think about it: what would your life look like with $500,000 in your bank account? But before you go running off to sell your coin, there's a crucial step you can't skip. If you want top dollar for your 1979D Mint Mark George Washington silver quarter, you need to know where to sell and how to authenticate its value. Without that, you could be looking at a much smaller payout, and we wouldn't want that, would we? You'll want to work with a reputable appraiser, someone who knows the ins and outs of rare coins and can verify that yours is the real deal. This is not something you want to risk messing up. So, before you take it to just any pawn shop or random online buyer, make sure you're dealing with a professional who can maximize its value. And once you know your coin's true worth, you can start negotiating for the best price. The difference between getting $20 for your coin and landing that $565,000 is all about knowledge and strategy. So don't rush this part, take your time and make sure you're making the right choice. But here's the thing: there's one final piece to the puzzle that could send your coin's value skyrocketing even higher. What is it? Stay tuned, because in just a few seconds, I'll reveal the secret that only the most seasoned collectors know about, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. Take action today. The opportunity to turn an old quarter into a life-changing fortune is right in front of you. But the window is closing fast, and opportunities like this don't come around every day. So, what will you do? Will you let this chance slip away, or will you take the first step toward the life you deserve? Hold on to your seats. If you've got a 1998 George Washington quarter dollar in your pocket, you might be sitting on a hidden treasure worth over $500,000. Yes, you heard that right, $575,000 for a coin that's probably gathering dust in your drawer. Are you ready to unlock the mystery and potentially change your financial future? Pause for effect. The music fades down. How many times have you looked at a coin, shrugged it off, and moved on with your day? For most of us, coins are just, well, coins. A small piece of metal, circulating between our hands, worth a mere $0.25. But what if I told you that one tiny coin, minted back in 1998, has the potential to send your bank account into the stratosphere? Cut to visuals of various coins being discarded. But this isn't just any quarter. This is the George Washington silver quarter. Now, most people wouldn't give it a second glance, but here's the catch: this particular coin could be the key to a life-changing windfall. Cut to the coin with close-up zooms, highlighting the mint mark. Why is this coin so special, you ask? It all comes down to the mint mark. The 1998p, to be exact. But it's not just about the minting process, it's about a series of rare circumstances that make this coin extraordinarily valuable. Now, let's dig deeper into why this coin is worth so much more than meets the eye. The 1998p George Washington quarter is part of a series that was minted during a critical time in U.S. history. Only a limited number of these were ever made, and many of them went unnoticed, discarded or forgotten in pockets. But here's where it gets intriguing. Coins being searched through a box, some discarded, others placed in special containers. Due to a minting flaw, there were variations in the way some of these quarters were stamped. A small number were made with a perfect impression that made them significantly rarer than others, and these, my friend, are the ones you need to watch out for. The rarity combined with demand makes this particular quarter worth up to $575,000 on the current market. Quick cut to visuals of auction websites showing high-value coins selling. Can you imagine? What's sitting in your drawer could make you hundreds of thousands of dollars. If that doesn't get your pulse racing, I don't know what will. Okay, before you start running to the attic to dig through old coin collections, I'll let you in on a secret. Not every 1998p quarter is worth a fortune. Yeah, sorry. If you've been using that quarter as a scratcher for your lottery tickets, it might not be the jackpot you're hoping for. Cut to humorous visual of a person looking at their quarter and scratching their head. But don't worry, there's still hope. Stick around, because I'm about to reveal how you can tell if your quarter has that rare, valuable flaw. Now, let's get serious. You're probably wondering, how do I know if my quarter is the one worth $575,000? Great question. And I'm about to break it down for you. Cut to visuals of an expert using a magnifying glass to examine a coin. First, check the mint mark. If it's from the Philadelphia Mint, look closely at the P. A slight imperfection in the stamp can make all the difference. But that's just the beginning. Second, check the condition of the coin. The more pristine it is, the higher its value. Coins that have been worn down or scratched are worth a fraction of what one in excellent condition could fetch. Show close-up footage of a well-preserved 1998p quarter, under bright light, revealing its sharp details. Find an expert. There's no way to be 100% sure unless you have a professional assess the coin. If you're serious about cashing in on your potential fortune, you need to get it graded. A coin grading can take this hidden gem from being just another quarter to something you can sell for an obscene amount of money. But here's where it gets even more exciting. There's a growing market for rare coins, and the demand for quarters like this is climbing every day. So, the question is, do you want to keep that coin hidden, or will you take action and seize this incredible opportunity? Because, trust me, these kinds of chances don't come every day. Dramatic pause with slow fade of music. Stick around. In the final moments, I'll reveal where you can sell your quarter for top dollar, and the secret tips to making sure you get every cent you deserve. Time is of the essence. Coin collectors and investors are always on the lookout for these rare treasures, and once you know what you have, it could be your ticket to living a wealthy lifestyle. Whether you're looking to pay off debt, fund a dream vacation, or simply invest in your future, your 1998p George Washington quarter could be your golden ticket. But, like any treasure hunt, it's up to you to take that first step. Cut to text, don't wait, find out the true value of your coins today. Click the link below to discover more about getting your coin appraised and sold for top dollar. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Fade to black. What makes it worth up to $585,000 inch now? Let's break this down. The base value of silver alone? Minimal. But add in a rare minting error, like a double die obverse, off-center strike, or a wrong planchet, and the price explodes. In fact, one specimen of the 2015 P quarter was recently auctioned for $585,000 due to a unique combination of pristine grading and minting anomaly. PCGS and NGC, two of the most respected coin grading services, have confirmed these values. And top collectors are battling in high-stakes auctions to get their hands on these rare finds. This isn't pocket change anymore. It's a hidden lottery ticket. Who knew that little quarter you used to buy gum in 2016 might now be your ticket to a beach house in Florida? How to spot if you have 1 inch? Alright, let's get real. You're probably wondering, okay, how do I know if I have one of these coins? 2015. Look for the P on the front, near Washington's ponytail. Is it uncirculated? No scratches? Still shiny? That's good. Check for visible doubling, off-center images, or weight irregularities. If it's made of silver, it may weigh slightly more. Use a digital scale. 6.25 grams is the sweet spot, but even if you don't spot all of those right now, there's one more test that almost no one talks about. And it could instantly verify if your quarter is worth a fortune. I'll share that with you in just a moment. First, let's talk about your next steps. How to cash in before the market moves on. Here's the harsh truth: the coin market is volatile. What's worth $500,000 today might be $50,000 tomorrow. Timing is everything. Check your coins, look through old rolls, jars, wallets, glove boxes, use a magnifier, look for doubling, mint marks, unusual textures, get it graded. Use PCGS or NGC to professionally grade the coin. Join collector forums or Facebook groups. Real collectors often pay higher than dealers. Choose reputable auction houses like Heritage Auctions, or Direct Sell if you know your coin's value, because once these coins vanish into private collections, they may never surface again. Your future wealth may be sitting in a shoebox. You don't need to win the lottery, you don't need to work another 20 years, you just need to look right under your nose. It's called the ring test. Tap your quarter gently with another coin. If it's silver, it sings with a high-pitched chime. If it's clad, it thuds. Try it. You might be surprised what you hear. Call to action: if you found this helpful, subscribe for more real-world coin values and insider tips, and drop a comment below if you've got old quarters sitting around. I might even help you appraise them in the next video. Don't miss the opportunity of a lifetime, hidden in plain sight. Imagine digging through your old coin jar and pulling out a quarter worth over $500,000. Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you, it's not a fantasy, it's happening right now? 1 quarter. 1 date. 1 mint mark. $565,000. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the hidden wealth in your pocket change, and today's story might just change your life. By the way, when's the last time you actually looked at a coin before spending it? Yeah, me neither, until I found out quarters could be more valuable than my car. This isn't just a coin, it's a ticket to financial freedom, and the clock is ticking. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know how to spot it, what it's worth, and how to cash in. In 2020, the US Mint released millions of quarters, but among them, one stood out like a diamond in a sea of gravel: the George Washington quarter with a Denver Mint mark, D, and a shocking error. This isn't your everyday loose change. A rare silver planchet error slipped into circulation, by mistake. It was meant for a different coin entirely. And here's where it gets wild: a few of these error coins have been verified, and collectors are paying big, really big. The latest sale? A staggering $565,000. But what exactly makes this quarter so valuable? And could you have one hiding in plain sight? We'll get to that, but first, let's understand why it's even possible. The US Mint produces billions of coins a year. But once in a while, human error or machine malfunction creates a mistake, called a mule, off-metal strike, or planchet error, that turns an ordinary coin into a six-figure artifact. The 2020 D. George Washington silver quarter was accidentally struck on a silver planchet meant for a different denomination, possibly a dime or pre-64 coin. That gives it unique weight, color, and sound. Basically, it's like the Mint's version of putting a Ferrari engine in a lawnmower. Totally unexpected, and insanely valuable. Collectors call it a numismatic unicorn, and here's why: Only a few of these have ever been authenticated, making them one of the rarest modern coins in US history. And if you're thinking, okay, but what's the chance I have one? You'd be surprised. Many of these were released directly into circulation. That means it could be sitting in your junk drawer, a parking meter, or your grandma's cookie tin. But how do you spot one of these ultra-rare coins? And what should you never do if you think you found one? That's coming next. Here's what to look for if you want to spot a potential $565,000 quarter 2020 date Denver Mint Mark D, slightly different silver sheen, heavier weight than a typical quarter, sharp strike quality. If you see one of these signs, stop. Don't clean it, don't polish it, and for the love of fortune, don't spend it. Imagine buying a candy bar with a $565,000 coin. That's the most expensive Snickers in history. Instead, place it in a soft cloth or coin flip, and contact a reputable coin grading company like PCGS or NGC for authentication. Getting your coin officially graded is the first step to accessing those massive collector payouts. And here's the kicker, more are being discovered. That means the market is still hot, and timing is everything. Values can rise or drop fast. Today it's worth $565,000, tomorrow it might be more, or gone. But before you run to your couch cushions and piggy bank, there's one last secret you need to hear that could multiply your profit. Every coin has a story, and some have a destiny. The 2020 D silver quarter isn't just metal. It's a symbol of opportunity, of hidden value, of wealth waiting to be discovered. You don't have to win the lottery to change your life. Sometimes, you just need to flip a coin. If you found this video eye-opening, subscribe now, because this is just the beginning. We're uncovering more rare coins, hidden treasures, and real strategies to turn pocket change into generational wealth. Check out the video on screen right now to discover the top 5 most valuable quarters still in circulation today. One of them could be in your pocket, right now.